Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of where we're just going to talk about, obviously, the basketball tournaments, because we haven't done every single conference yet, so that's what we're doing in today's video. Really quickly, if you guys are wondering why I've got the headphones on, it is because, again, I've got better quality audio. I've got my headphone jacket right there, and then my microphone is literally right here, so I'm going to be speaking in it, so hopefully it sounds a little bit better audio-wise, and then hopefully we can start getting up with that. But, of course, if you guys are new to the channel, obviously, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. With that being said, today, we're going to predict the Big 12 basketball tournament. I know there's a game already starting in this tournament. It started literally 5 minutes ago. So, we're still new to this regarding the tournament-wise. But, again, I'm going to go through, give my game-by-game predictions, and we'll see what we do at the end of the week and how we do. But, of course, again, if you guys are new to the channel, you already knew what to do. Just subscribe, turn that bell on, leave a comment down below. Let's go ahead, hop right into some Big 12 tournament predictions. Alright, here we are, Big 12 tournament. I've got it pulled up right here. We're going game by game into this thing, so let's go ahead and hop right into this. First game being on Tuesday, March 12th. The game that, of course, has already happened, it says on the schedule, is UCF and Oklahoma State. If I'm not mistaken, I believe UCF won this game. They were up, I think, so we'll take a look at that really quickly. And yes, they did win this game, so they're going to go on to the tournament next round. But, again, I would have picked UCF in this one as well. Now, the second game that is currently happening right now is Cincinnati versus West Virginia. I've got Cincinnati in this one. They're the higher seeded team. They obviously have more star power offensively, so that is why I'm going with Cincinnati here in the second round game as they look to take on number 6 seeded Kansas in the next round. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and go on to Wednesday. Wednesday is the second round of this Big 12 men's basketball tournament, and that is, of course, UCF taking on BYU tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Central Time on ESPN. I've got BYU in this thing. I know UCF just came off a huge win against the Oklahoma State Cowboys, but again, BYU's the better team here. I've got to go with BYU in this one, so give me BYU as the Cougars are going to be going on to the next round in that one. Now, the 8 and 9 game in this tournament as well is going to be on Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. Central Time. That is, of course, going to be Oklahoma versus TCU. Now, I'm going Oklahoma here in the upset. I don't know what it is. I just have a feeling that Oklahoma is going to upset TCU. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about that. But honestly, for me, I think that is one of the better choices out there. If you're going to pick a safe bet to upset a team, that is going to be that tournament or that seed. If you guys would say the number 9 seed is definitely going to upset TCU. I have a feeling that Oklahoma is going to go out with a bang before they head to the SEC. That's just me, my opinion, and show the SEC and college basketball what they can do. Now, moving on to the next game, that is number 7 seeded Texas versus number 10 seeded Kansas State. I'm going Texas. Again, these two schools are trying to go out with the bang these last couple of years, so that is why I'm going to go with Texas here, as they are also the higher seed in this one. And then the final game, the final quarterfinal game, or second round game in this one is Kansas versus Cincinnati, if I have that correctly. I'm going Kansas here. I know they've lost a couple of games, but Cincinnati, I believe they beat them both times that they've played them already during the regular season. So, again, that just shows that they could beat this team, and they should definitely be able to beat this team in the Big 12 tournament as well. Moving on to, of course, the next round, the quarterfinal round on Friday, March 14th. The first game at 11:30 a.m. is going to be BYU versus number 4 seeded Texas Tech. I would not be shocked if BYU does upset Texas Tech, but I'm going to go with the Texas Tech Red Raiders here. I like Texas Tech this year. They've been up and down. They've gotten in the AP poll a couple of times. I believe they ended the year in the AP poll top 25, if I'm not mistaken. So, therefore, naturally, I'm going to go with Texas Tech. They've just been the more consistent team right now, so that is why I'm going with them to beat BYU. I know BYU would be coming off of a win, but Texas Tech's well-rested. Again, they're the more consistent team in recent weeks, so that is why I'm going with Texas Tech in this quarterfinal matchup. Moving on is the 1-seeded Houston going against the 9th seeded Oklahoma. Houston should have no problem. As we saw last week, Houston had no problem beating Kansas at home. So again, they should have no problem with Oklahoma, right? It is March, so I wouldn't be shocked if there's an upset here. But again, they should have no problem, and Houston's going to go on to the semifinal game in the number 1 semifinal game. Now, the last 2 games are going to be Texas versus Iowa State. Now, I'm going Texas here in this one. I think Texas, if they can get on a run, they could be really, really good. And that is what I'm standing by right here, as I've got to wrap up this video really quickly. And we'll talk about these next games coming up here a little bit. But I've got Texas here in the quarterfinal matchup to go on to the semifinal. I just think they're going to upset somebody. They're going to upset somebody. Alright, moving on to the next round, of course, that is Baylor against Kansas. Now, this game is going to be a really, really solid matchup to watch, as it's the final game on Friday at 8:30. It's a late start time, but again, I'm going with Baylor here. Kansas has struggled all year long, so there's no reason for me to pick Kansas in this game. Baylor's been hot all year. Obviously, Kansas coming off that loss to Houston, but they're going to be coming off of a win, so maybe that'll spark some momentum in them. But other than that, I see it being Baylor in the semifinal for that one as well. So, moving on to the second semifinal, or the first semifinal of the day. If I have these things right, it'll be Houston versus Texas Tech. This is where I think Texas Tech's Big 12 tournament run is going to come to an end here. I think that Houston is going to win this game. Now, do you think Texas Tech can keep it close? Abso-freaking-lutely. They could keep it close if they wanted to. They're going to keep it close, in my opinion. But I just have a feeling that Houston's going to run away with this thing, and they're going to go on to the championship game. Now, the final semifinal game is going to be Texas versus Baylor. I'm going Baylor here. Again, no reason for me not to pick Baylor. Baylor has been a really solid team all year long. So with that being said, there's no reason for me not to go with Baylor here on this one. I've got the Baylor Bears, but they're moving on to the Big 12 championship game. And then finally, the championship game, Houston versus Baylor, the game where everybody's going to be talking about. If Houston gets this win, they're definitely going to secure them a top 3 seed, I believe. So I'm going to go with Houston here. They have more to play for. They're going to win this game. It's against Baylor. Again, their defense is really good. Their offense could score the ball. They could score a lot of points during this game. So I'm going to go with Baylor here, or Houston against Baylor, to get the win in the Big 12 championship game. Well, everyone, that is going to be all for today's video. Let me know again what you thought of it in the comments down below. Who do you have winning this Big 12 tournament? I've got, again, Houston winning this tournament. Let me know. Houston should run away with this. Let me know if you agree or disagree down in the comments below. Also, let me know what you think of the new quality of the video. I'm going to try to get some stuff edited for you guys. I'm going to try to have better quality videos. So hit that sub button, as we got a lot of more content coming down the road as well. Thursday, we may start a new series with Madden Ultimate Team, so keep an eye out for that one, since we won't have college basketball picks to go over. So that's what we may do during the NFL offseason. Tomorrow, you guys obviously are going to be getting a free agency recap of everything happening. Thursday, Ultimate Team Series, and then Friday is going to be Franchise Friday. As simple as that. We're going to try some different things here during the offseason of the NFL. So subscribe so you guys don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course, I will see you in the next video. Peace.